You know, we could all use some encouragement. And I've got some good news for you. Welcome to 5 Minutes with Mark. Hey, greetings, friends, and welcome back to 5 Minutes with Mark. We're in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 15, at verse 22. And they brought him to the place Golgotha, which is translated place of a skull. Then they gave him wine mingled with myrrh to drink, but he did not take it. And when they crucified him, they divided his garments, casting lots for them to determine what every man should take. Now it was the 3rd hour, and they crucified him. And the inscription of his accusation was written above, "The King of the Jews." With him they also crucified 2 robbers, one on his right, the other on his left. So the scripture was fulfilled, which says, "And he was numbered with the transgressors." They brought him to the place of the skull. Most people think that it's a certain mountain that, if you look at it from a distance, resembles a human skull because of the caves that are up on it. Others think that it was just a place where they killed people and left their bodies to rot, and there was skulls and bones lying there. Anything is possible. The exact location, if you go to Israel, they'll show you the exact location, but it's still speculation. We know they took him to the place, the common spot for crucifixion. This is where they crucified people. They tried to give him some wine mingled with myrrh. It was a painkiller, but he wouldn't take it. He could have got some momentary relief from his suffering, but he chose not to. Verse 25 has always haunted me. It's so stark. Now it was the 3rd hour, and they crucified him. One little sentence, right? 3rd hour, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and they crucified him. The horror of what happened is not expressed in that stark little sentence. What they did to a human being was horrific. It was torturous, exceedingly painful, and it put them into a long, torturous process, a very slow and public death. It was humiliating, and it was excruciating. They drove nails through his wrists. They did not actually drive them through the hands. The hands, there's nothing there to hold you. When they lift you up, you would just rip and fall down. They actually put the nail between the bones of the wrist. You got these 2 bones here. It goes through there. They spiked them through the wrist. They would take the heels and turn them sideways and go through, again, the heel bone. There's that point where the bone and the sinew and the tendons come together. They would go through so that there's something to hold your weight. It's well thought out. There were soldiers, that was their job, nail criminals to crosses. What do you do for a living? I nail criminals to crosses. They were good at it. They knew what they were doing. And there's Jesus hanging there to die slowly. We don't understand the brutality of it. We don't witness that. But here's another thing that occurred to me. Meanwhile, back in Jerusalem, the day is beginning. Shopkeepers are opening their shops. Mothers are baking bread or getting their kids ready for school or whatever they're doing. The servants are going to the well to get water. The soldiers are walking around, making sure things are well stocked and everything's in order. At the temple, they're performing sacrifices, taking people's money, selling them doves. Life just was going on. Things did not come to a standstill. The most important cosmic moment in all of creative history is occurring. The Son of God is being executed. And maybe there was someone who lived near the gate, had a view of the hill where they crucified people, and looked out and said, wow, only 3 today. I wonder what that's all about. And just went back to their normal lives. We don't get it. We don't get it. That's not an accusation. It's a confession. I don't get it. How could this incredible moment happen? And life just continued. No big deal. They killed Jews on crosses every day. In Jerusalem and around the world, they killed criminals on crosses every day in the Roman Empire. It's what they did. Jesus was just another one. Just another one. See you next time.
Hey friends, I'm so glad that you're enjoying this Bible study. And I hope that you'll like it and that you'll share it with others, either by word of mouth or forward the link that's here. Make sure we get the good news of Jesus out to as many people as we can, and hopefully this is a way that's engaging, entertaining, and encouraging along the way. It really is good news. And if you want to know more about me, check out my website, theeclecticmonk.com. See you soon.